So we have got Final Fantasy Tactics coming out in the lovely end part of September, 30th to be exact, and we have got two different versions we can go with. We can go with the Deluxe or the Standard, coming in at £50 or $55. Now, this game was produced absolutely time ago. It was coming in at June 1997 in Japan, and then in January 1998 it released in North America. Honestly, to say that, I get they're obviously going for a more updated version. I would like to think so from that amount of time. But in general, to put a warranted price tag of £50,000 on this game is absolutely crazy. I do think that for me is just a little bit overboard when it comes to just being upgraded slightly. Obviously, the graphics in itself are going to have a big upgrade. The voiceovers can now be in English and Japanese. So it has got a new feel to it in terms of how it looks and how it plays. But in general, from the actual mechanics side of stuff and how the game actually plays in general, it's going to feel very similar. And that's because it is somewhat of a remake of the game. So I do think for me, putting it at a £50, again, I don't know how much it takes to remake. We've seen lots of different ones from Spyro, from Crash Bandicoot, if we're talking games way further on. And to be honest, as much as they probably did all right, probably better than expected, they also seem like they flopped pretty quickly in terms of being able to get the game relatively cheap, relatively quick after the game was launched. So whether this is going to be the same, I know Final Fantasy has a huge catalogue of games and most definitely an audience that will just crush every sort of sale record. So I'd imagine this game probably will still do okay. It is very much the kind of olden time of it, and it will most definitely do enough. I think when you do look at the kind of actual gameplay of it, you do have two different versions you go with, which is going to be the enhanced version and the standard edition. They will have that kind of, I say HD feel, but it still does feel a little bit blocky in comparison. The only thing that you've always got to be very wary with is the fact that, yes, the game itself is having that facelift. It's having that little bit of extra coat put on it, but it also will sometimes feel like an old game still. If you've put anything on a remake, it still does feel like an old game at times, and sometimes that mechanic can be the thing that you're not ready to go back to. Now, there is a fast forward option that you can throw into the game, which is going to be really, really helpful just to make that game speed up that little bit quicker, and everything else is going to be predominantly based around the same. So in general, I think for me, I would warrant, if you're a casual, you kind of just want to pick this game up, to definitely wait to see if the game does do well or not, because it is a game that personally for me I think is well worth at least waiting to see if it is decent. There is going to be plenty of different videos that you can obviously go and look through from the old classics to see what the game's sort of style is like, and you can justify it then whether you want to see that upgraded version in real time or not. And it is, like I say, £50 or $55, so it is kind of pretty much the same between the two different versions. I don't think either version is necessarily worth that great deal, but maybe if it does go onto a Game Pass, if it does drop down 20, 30, 40%, then possibly could be worth a little pickup at the minimum. It's a nice upgrade, and the game does look better compared to the initial launch, but to be honest, I think £50 for the bog standard now is just a little bit too pricey for a game like this. So let me know if I'm wrong, leave it in the comment section below, and I'll catch you all for the next one.